Selection is an important concept in programming and allows us to determine whether we wish to run a block of code or not. Selection is defined using if statements, and we're going to jump straight in and we're going to write our straightforward if statement here that tells us whether we pass if we get 50 marks in a test. So let's just have a look at that. So we're going to ask the user to enter in their mark. So let's just get a print statement that does that. So print, enter your mark, and then we're going to get them to input that in. So we're going to get them to mark equals integer input. So enter your marks. There we go. And then we are going then to say if mark is greater than or equal to 50, let's say out of 100, then print pass. Okay, so that's our most basic type of if statement. So it has just one if clause, and then what it's saying is if our value for mark here is greater than or equal to 50, then print pass. If it's not greater than or equal to 50, then it's not going to execute this print statement here, and it's going to pass straight over that to the end of the program. So let's run that and see what we get. So go run module. So we enter a mark of, let's say 54. So then it's going to print out pass for us. If we now run our program again, but this time we're going to enter a mark of 23. So the program doesn't print anything out. So that's not really ideal. So what we can do is we can add an additional clause in there. So what we can do is we can do if else. So if we get anything less than 50 now, so we do print fail. So that's much more helpful if you enter a mark that has less than 50. So let's just run that again, and then run module, enter your mark 23, and you can see now it prints out fail. Well, that's okay if you only have a pass or a fail, but what happens if you want to have different grades, for example pass, merit and distinction? Well, we can add additional clauses to accommodate for that as well. So let's see how we can go about that. So we're going to modify this now. So we're going to do elif. So if mark is greater than, let's say 70, we're going to give that a distinction. Else if mark now is less than 70, but mark is greater than or equal to 60, we can do print merit. So let's just have a look at this in a bit more detail. So mark is less than 70, so it has to be less than 70, because if it's more than 70 then it should be a distinction, but also it has to be bigger than 60 for it to meet the merit criteria. And we're going to add in another clause again that allows us to have a pass. So let's just put that in. So elif mark is now less than 60 but greater than or equal to 50, we're going to have a pass. So let's just test that to see if the output is what we'd expect. So let's just go run and run module. So to start with, we're going to enter 23, so that should give us a fail, right? So it gives us a fail. Brilliant. So let's now run it with, let's say 54, and that should give us a pass because it's less than 60 but bigger than 50, which is a pass. Exactly what we expected. Run this module now again. So if we do, let's say 60, so that should give us merit, not pass, because it has to be less than 60 for a pass, but only greater than or equal to 60 for it to be a merit. So let's just check that, and then we run it through, and we enter the mark, sorry, 60, and that gives us a merit. And then let's enter now a mark that gives us a distinction. So let's say 71, and we have a distinction.